GMB TV. Yeah, like, come on, follow me. Let's go. Let's see what we got.
Listen closely if you trying to eat. Got passive income, got that money flowing in my sleep. Young and please, got 30,000 on my wrist, 10 on my fist, that 18 around my neck, make I can show respect. You looking at a God exhorting no fear, about 5 in each ear, that's what you wanna hear. VA.
Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. And 1090 Jake, you are the topic of discussion, my G. 1090 Jake, you are the topic of discussion, my G, so let's get right into it. And y'all saw my last video. Y'all saw my last video about Swifty Blue and cultural appropriation. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times, my G. And it's something that has to be addressed, but not only towards Mexicans. I said this in my last video. All cultures, all races they take from us. You know what I'm saying? They imitate us. Cultural appropriation when it comes to us. And we can dig in. Now, 1090 Jake, fellow content creator. You know what I'm saying? Big time YouTuber. I mean, I suggest you Google him, right? Or YouTube him. And you'll find all you need to see when it comes to 1090 Jake. You understand? Boston kid. Now he's from Boston, but moved to Florida. So sometimes he speaks with a Boston accent, and sometimes he speaks like he's a Southerner. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You understand? It has to be approached. It has to be addressed. Now, just like I do in all the other videos, all the newest videos, you feel me? I'm going to play some clips. I'm going to play some clips for y'all so y'all can get, you know, a brush with 1090 Jake. So y'all can get updated. So y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about before I go into these multiple upon multiple angles, my G. It is what it is. But I told y'all in the last videos, we're not just going at Mexicans. We're not just sticking. We're going all around the board. One by one, my friend. One by one, my friend. And 1090 Jake, it is your turn. It is your turn, 1090. You know, this is a white guy from Boston. You understand? That moved to Florida. And like I said before, sometimes he speaks with a Boston accent and sometimes he speaks with a Southerner accent. But furthermore, he is a Caucasian, my friend. Polish, Italian, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You understand? Irish, something. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So listen, man, let me play these clips for y'all. We're gonna run through these clips, right? And then we're going to come back. We're going to get into these angles. Gang.
Cultural appropriation takes place when members of a majority group adopt cultural elements of a minority group in an exploitative, disrespectful, or stereotypical way.
Hey, you better tell them how we were rocking the Appalachian now. Big 500. You better tell them how we were rocking the Appalachian now. Goose swang, I'ma hit him. Goose say get him. Man, stop playing. You already know this shine shit, that stone shit, man. Love and loyalty, bitch. This the stove. This the job. You know what it is. Folks in the bathroom like it ain't to get that money in y'all. Tatted up, big stupid ass bees out in this bitch, y'all.
We had to feel like all day like, all night like, all fizz like, the fizz like, it's squad like, and it's sound like.
Yo, shout out to Season, man. Shout out to Season, man.
Oh, you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I am talking about? Do you understand the words that are coming from my mouth? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times. Now, y'all see the clips. Y'all see the clips. You feel what I'm saying? And again, like I say, cultural appropriation. If you don't know what it means, Google it, look it up. But even if you know it or not, it's disrespectful, my G. I know the culture is contagious. I know when you see it, you instantly just want it. You want to be it. You want to emulate it. You want to intake. You want to become. But it is what it is, and you could never be a part of this thing of ours. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I understand, and I get why all cultures, all races look at our situation, just look at us as a whole and want it. But you got to understand, if you want one piece, you got to have it all. I'm not going to make this a long one. A lot of people want to be black, but they don't want to be black. Don't let that go over your head or under your bridge. They want to be black, but when it's time to be black, they don't want to be black. Everybody want to be black, but when it's time to be black, they don't want to be black. 1090 Jake. It is what it is, man. So look, I'm not going to make this a long one, but I'm going to tap into a few. You already know how we do. You feel me? So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my first angle, my G, my first angle. And that's the whole gang affiliation situation with 1090 Jake. Now, just like Swifty, yeah, Swifty is a Southsider, but Swifty is a Crip. And in jail, in prison, that is a black gang. Just like 1090 Jake. You know, he went on to the No Jumper podcast and was talking to Adam, and he was telling everybody how he is like one of the first bloods. One of the first OG bloods. A first OG white bloods. My bad. Let me get that right. The first OG Caucasian blood member. Big dog, high ranking. Right? And I'm thinking like, well, 1090 Jake, if you are a big blood, who are your ops? Hey, somebody out there asks 1090 Jake. Somebody, hey, 1090 Jake, if you are a blood, or if you were a blood, who was your ops? Who did you bang on? Who did you slide on? Because bloods are majority black. That is a black gang. And again, everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black. So everybody wants to be a blood member till they come do you. So they come do you like they did Casanova or any of these other rappers and whoever that's being indicted for speaking that gang stuff and claiming it. See, everybody want to be black till it's time to be black, my friend. And then I ask again, 1090 Jake, you know, you are a blood, who are your ops? Was you banging on black people? Was you banging on white? I mean, I would ask you these questions. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to ask the right questions. Who was you banging on? Right? Now, let's take it a step further with this gang thing, because before 1090 Jake came to Florida, 1090 Jake is from Boston, Massachusetts. And what did LeBron say about Boston, Massachusetts? LeBron said he hates playing there because they are so racist. He hates playing there because they are so racist. Now, 1090 Jake is he's either Irish, you know, Polish, you understand? Italian, one of the three. Somebody asks 1090, what is Italian? I'm going to say, or Irish. And in Boston, they are, I mean, they put the stomp down on black people. They put the beat down on black people. And up there, that's his family. Up there is where he is from. You understand? So why don't, you know, and even a step further, why not do majority content on your culture, your gangs, the violence that's in your community? But we're going to get to that, 1090, because it's cultural appropriation. You know, you dress up like a black guy. You get tattoos like a black guy. You wear your chains and you do everything like Johnny Dang, like a black guy. But you take the money and you go back where you, yeah. We already know what it is. Because it always is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times, my G. At all times. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my second angle. My second angle, my G. And that's just like I said before. Why not put the spotlight on your criminal element in your race? Why? It's a lot of mob ties in Boston, Massachusetts. It's a lot of Italians in Boston, Massachusetts. It's a lot of murders killers, drug dealers, and bosses within your race that you could elaborate on, that you could do stories on, that you could, create narratives about. Why not talk about your race? Why not get rich and talk about the wealth within your culture? Because instead, you come over here, you put the spotlight on every shooting in black culture as if it's outrageous, as if it's more than anyone else's. You talk about everything that comes with these rappers and these entertainers and these gang members and these killings and these shootings and this jail stuff when it comes to our culture, but you don't talk about the gangsters within your own. 1090 Jake, you don't talk about the killings within your own. Because you know them Italians, man. Listen, how I found out about what the Hudson River was because Italians was dumping bodies, so many bodies, that even down in Virginia, we got wind of it. When you look around and you look within Boston, Massachusetts, there's so many hits that been committed within the mob amongst Irish, Polish, Italians. You wouldn't have any time to talk about hip hop. You wouldn't have any time to talk about our culture and put the spotlight on our culture. Yeah. But see, if you did that, yeah, you might have to pay for something. See, when it come to the mob and all them boys, them Italian, they don't play about their culture. They don't play about their culture. They don't play about their crime element. In every race in America, I'm going to say in America, came from a crime element, started at a crime element, not just black people. We're going to get into that in further videos as well. Don't trip. So 1090 Jake, you can make a lot of money talking about the mob, my friend. You can make a lot of money talking about the hits, the assassinations. Oh, it's a lot that come with Boston, Massachusetts, where you're from. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my third angle, my G. My third angle, my G's. And that's just why am I talking like this? Why am I getting at these guys? Why? Why am I doing the work? Because I'm going to explain. For so long, it's normal for Italians to protect their community. It's normal for Italians, for any other race, Mexicans, anybody, everybody, Indians, Asians, whoever, to speak out in defense of their culture, to speak out in defense of their people. The only time it get weird for y'all is when one of us, and I ain't talking about no Africans, FBA Aboriginal, get to protecting and speaking up for our culture, for our race, for all of that. Oh, y'all don't like to hear that. Y'all get, oh, he's too aggressive. Why is he talking like that? He's nah. We don't want to hear none of that. And I ain't talking about, see, it's a fine line. It's a fine balance for everybody to get they thoughts out on this platform. I'm not, salute to the Uncle Ruckuses and the Charleston Whites of this thing. And then salute to the ABs, the big Aboriginal, the big AB, the big abs of this thing. That's real educated. Then you got the Uncle Ruckuses and the Charleston Whites that go to the extreme. And then you got the Grown Man Business TV that bring the fine line right in between, my G. Straight, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times. It's almost scary to hear a black man raise his voice for the culture. For the culture. Yeah. Not taking advantage of the culture. You understand? Yo, 1090 has family members that would spit in his face for the people he hang with. 1090 Jake has close relatives that do not condone his movements within our culture. They don't respect it. They have their own culture. They have their own culture. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But it's time. And it is. The work is being done. And we growing organically. The platform is only going up. We addressing this is real life. You understand? So I have to speak up. Somebody has to say something. And last but not least, before we get up out of here. Yeah, before we get up out of here. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong, man, with loving all cultures, with dibbling and dabbling in all cultures. I have Caucasian friends. I have people that I meet up at the water hole every day and do work with that are Caucasian, that love pieces of black culture. But the reason I respect them and they respect me is because they don't culturally appropriate black culture. They don't imitate black culture. They might listen to some music, but they have their own culture and race that they stand on. And as long as I respect that, they respect this. I stand on this the same way they stand on that. That's why the respect is there. So don't ever get it confused. Like, I don't deal with Caucasians. I have all kind of friends. I have people that I deal with. Once the respect level is shown and we on a high level with respect on all aspects of the word, now we can go to the water hole neutral and we can share, we can spit game, and we can chop game. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But somebody, and I'll be the Huckleberry, I'll be that somebody. It is what it is. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut. No extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. 1090 Jake, giving it to you straight raw, my G. Giving it to you straight raw, my G. And first and foremost, you a big blood within a black gang, but you a white guy, right? Big blood, black gang, white guy, right? Who was you banging on, 1090? Who was you banging on when you was a blood? Who was you banging on? Because you had to bang to be reputable, right? To be within this gang and talk amongst black guys and say I'm a blood out loud and not get indicted. Who did you bang on? Were they white people? Or were they... Who was you banging on? That's first and foremost. Secondly, you from Boston, Massachusetts, my G. You know, it's a lot of Italian mafia wars that go on. Your people have a rich culture, criminal line, criminal aspect, criminal activity. Your people have a rich culture in that. Why don't you report on up? Why don't you start shining the spotlight on these mob bosses? On all this criminal, all these hits that take place in Boston, where you're from, your people that look just like you, same, all that, your actual culture. I'm not saying, you understand? I'm not saying that you know, hey, don't do nothing in black, don't get involved in hip hop or nothing like that. But you are, you know, if nobody didn't know you, thought you was us, just like Swifty. Just like Swifty. If we didn't know who you was and we couldn't see you, would have thought you was us. You know what I'm saying? Your culture is rich as well. You can make money talking about your culture. Trust me, I liked the mob hits on. I used to watch mob hits every day on TV. And watch them monetize and you know, sensationalize the mob hits they used to do back in the day out there in Boston. Yeah. We gonna tap in. And we not stopping here. We not stopping here. And last but not least, you know, like I said before, somebody gotta say it. Salute to the Uncle Ruckuses and the Charleston Whites of the game. Salute, you know, that go to the extreme. Salute to the big aboriginals that's dropping knowledge and open their eyes. Salute to them. That's highly educated and well-read. Then I'm right in the middle. Salute the Grown Man Business TV. That's going to give it to you just like that. Why? It's normal for everybody else to speak up for their people. But when we start doing it, eyes and red flags start getting, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? I suggest you tap in. Gang.